Live from the land of tooth decay, it's the Geek Show.
I'm finishing up my water that has fluoride in it.
That's right.
Quick, better stock up.
Before it goes away, I would suggest that you all do that too. All right, let's begin.
Well,
Everybody?
I liked my teeth while they lasted.
Yep, enjoy that. I know my dentist got very excited. He was very happy.
More work for them.
He said he's going to get another boat, a second one.
Job
that's
security.
Very exciting for him.
Jeez.
He's happy about his job security. He's quad T, too tall, Tony.
Yeah, as long as people keep breaking stuff in IT, I have a job. So,
Yeah, I don't think there's a shortage.
nope, we're all good. We're all good.
Hell, I bought the company. And Rob's going to be overemployed as well, as long as people keep breaking stuff.
Hallelujah.
Robert Neal, everybody.
Good
I
morning,
have to get
everybody.
into IT.
Yeah, maybe instead of your psychology, Rebecca, you should get into IT instead.
Dang
Well, although people are breaking their brains all the time, so
There's
That was
plenty
my
of that
thought.
too.
That was
Yep.
my plan.
yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm going to need Rebecca to get a psychology degree, so like when I'm done with this whole next year at work, I'm just like, I got to talk to somebody about it.
I'm basically Britta Perry.
Do you have a friend discounts?
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Yeah, you
God.
can't. She's not allowed to take you as a client. Quad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can she give
Not being
friendly
my
advice,
friend.
though?
She can give
Dang.
friendly advice, but she can't take you as a client. Yes,
There
Egg
goes
Foo
that
says his brain is borking.
Borkin.
See, already.
It's already done.
Borked.
And our host, making cavities great again.
Yeah.
Perry Jackson.
Maca.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. Gutter Puddle's wondering about the dentist story. Utah, the first state in the union to ban fluoride in our water.
Yep.
That's what's going on. So
Yep.
good luck with your teeth.
And so many people in the comments like, yeah, we don't need poison in our water. Get it out of here. They've been fine for the
Yeah.
last 20 to 30
That's the thing.
years.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're
Why-
all fine.
I hate that. Like, yes, science changes, science grows, and we learn new things, but you have to take historical facts into consideration as well. And anyway, I'll get off my
No, they're going
soapbox.
to. They're
Oh,
going to
no,
change.
stay on it.
No, they're changing. They're changing history as well, Tony. They're going to fix that as well.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, come on. Not only does it give you a platform for which to speak, but it makes you taller. Come on,
true.
dude.
I don't need any of that. I already have trouble fitting into planes.
Well, let's get into the silly stuff that makes us forget that we live in a gaping hellhole.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Were you like me and watched the whole thing?
Yeah,
I
and
made-
listen, I'm pissed off.
I made my feelings clear about that on Blue Sky.
All
It was
right.
all this reveal was almost as bad as Tenet. Almost.
Yeah, get him, Tony.
Listen, I watched up to when they announced Florence Pugh, and then I went, "Oh, I see what they're doing. This is going to be all day." Click.
Yep, exactly. I watched
Yeah.
two seats and I was out.
So I had no idea they were doing this.
Yeah.
Around like 9:30 a.m., my friend texted me and he's like, "Are you watching this Marvel live stream?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I went online and the internet was like, apparently there's like a big Marvel announcement that's going to rival the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Doom. I was like, oh God, okay. So I started watching it and I was like, oh my God, they are literally going like 13 minutes between each chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw someone else say, oh yeah, they're planning to do this all day. And I was like, well,
Yeah, I'm out.
put my laptop, sat at my computer,
Now,
and did
for
other
those-
work while
yeah.
I had the live stream going.
For those who don't know, here's what happened. This was what, Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. They had a long in a huge studio, huge film studio, director's chairs with actors' names on them, and they just kept panning back and back and back, revealing a chair every 15 minutes. And they started with Chris Hemsworth, and then they went to Vanessa Kirby, who is Sue Storm. Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, who had a tiny chair. He had a little chair.
He
was
doesn't
kinda
in this
fun.
picture. He doesn't in this picture. They swapped it out.
Wyatt Russell, Tena Cuerta, Ibn Moss Bacharach, Ben Grimm, Simu Liu, Florence Pugh, and that's when I checked out. But
One of few, I'm good. Out.
Oh, but you checked out right before it started getting good because because after they were like Kelsey Grammer, and we're like, oh right, he showed up in the post credits of the event.
It was nearly a 5.5 hour live stream, and they did a mix. Okay, so Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston.
Yep. Loki's back.
Which last I checked, he was holding the universe together.
Yep.
Okay. Anthony Mackie, Paul Rudd, Letitia Wright, Black Panther, Simu Liu, Danny Ramirez, the Falcon, Winston Duke, M'Baku. The cast of the Thunderbolts was also represented. Sebastian Stan.
I do wish they would have done this after Thunderbolts.
Yes, I thought about that. But remember, we're dealing with timey-wimey and different universes, so I don't know. But Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, who was Ghost, because everybody thought the Ghost was going to get killed in Thunderbolts. Lewis Pullman, who is Bob/Sentry. Then it also revealed Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen. And as soon as I saw Patrick Stewart's name, I got thinking about Deadpool when he said they're just going to make him do this forever. Aren't they?
I can't watch them kill Patrick Stewart for a fourth time.
Is it 4? I thought it was. Oh, I guess did he die in the original X-Men
Well, let's
trilogy
see.
too?
He died in X3.
He died in
The
X3.
movie that never happened.
Logan.
Logan.
Multiverse of
and then
Madness.
Multiverse
of Madness. That's 3 times.
So it'll
And
be a
then
4th time.
If you
he
count
dies again.
animated, well, it wasn't Patrick Stewart.
Wow.
Anyway, let me continue here. Ian McKellen, James Marsden as
woo, Mr. President.
Rebecca Romaine, and let's see. Then they did Kelsey Grammer, Alan Cumming, who's Nightcrawler. Let's see. Then Channing Tatum was there as well.
That was a nutso reveal.
Yeah.
Also, Pedro Pascal, the cast of the Fantastic Four, essentially. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, and Joseph Quinn, Human Torch. The one that was kind of surprising was, but not surprising at the same time, was Tena Huerta because, he's had some Me Too kind of a situation going there.
Wait,
I'm
I forget who
surprised.
he is.
Namor.
Namor. Oh.
I'm kind of surprised they brought back Letitia Wright.
I am too.
Both of those was, I guess.
You gotta have Namor and Sue Storm on the screen.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna maybe blaspheme here a little bit. I didn't think Submariner was cool in Black Panther 2. I thought
He wasn't supposed to be.
I thought not even interesting. Like I thought they totally ruined his character. I
liked him. I liked what
Honestly,
they did
I think it's what we would have got. I think it's what we should have gotten for Submariner. We've seen it in the comics for years because Namor has just always been this very haughty, very I am so much better than you attitude.
He's always had that, yeah.
So I think that they portrayed that well.
Yeah.
I think that their version of Atlantis is a little
that's the other
different.
thing. That's the other thing I take issue with. Their version of Atlantis sucked.
Well, I mean, not everybody can be Aquaman and have glowy orbs everywhere
But
and ride
they
on a
should have had
seahorse.
a few glowing orbs. They don't have to be everywhere. So this is what. Okay, I'm going to rant a little bit here.
Glowing
Really?
orbs.
No,
Glowing
ready for this?
orbs.
Here we go.
Glowing orbs.
Here we go.
Back on a soapbox. Go.
Here, climbing on this soapbox here. Wakanda gets
Yeah.
vibranium, becomes this amazing technologically advanced society, freaking awesome.
Their time's up. Their time's up. We got adamantium now.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
The folks that become the Aqua people for Atlantis, what do they do with all of this awesome vibranium? Absolutely nothing. They still live in the same kind of structures and everything and ruins and all that they have for 2,000 years.
Hey,
they
Tony.
didn't get technologically advanced at all. Like,
Tony.
what's
Hey, Tony.
going on here?
Hey, Tony.
Huh?
Shh.
No. Put that squirt bottle away. I will not back down on this. I thought it was so freaking lame. All right.
Well, Tony, I'll just say I never cared for Namor in the comics, and I thought that the film Namor was more interesting than the one in the comics. Anyway,
I think mostly my problem was with Atlantis and how the society didn't evolve at all.
I'm sorry that they weren't singing Under the Sea.
I'm sorry they can breathe underwater.
Now,
Boo!
at the end of the video, RDJ shows up and he says, "That's quite a cast, isn't it? Surely there couldn't be more." And then he does the, so
Like,
they're not
why?
done.
That's too cheeky. That's
No, they're-
too cheeky.
They're not done. More people will be announced. Now remember, Chris Evans is signed up for this.
No, he's
But they
not.
didn't. Yes, he is. They didn't have his chair there.
He's gonna be Johnny Storm again.
I was waiting for a Scarlett Johansson chair, honestly.
I want Storm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that
I
there
don't
are
care
more
who
to
they
be
get. They can bring
announced.
Alexandra Shipp back. That's fine.
I liked Halle Berry myself, but anyway. I like Halle Berry in anything, honestly.
Mentioned. Well,
I'll
yeah.
turn
I've decided if I've forgiven her yet.
No, I'll turn the sound down on Catwoman and watch it.
Gross.
Anyway,
Speaking from earlier in the chat, though, Green Boy 28, I have to agree with them a little bit here. They're taking away a lot of the fun and the surprise of the movie by announcing all the characters before the movie comes out. Like, I kind of agree with that.
And you're not necessarily wrong.
yeah.
But on the same
mean-
note, I guess this does help build hype. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's a give
Yeah,
and
build
take.
hype for a movie that's like 2 years out.
And
But
it's
here-
only going to be half as long as the cast reveal.
But here's the thing. They're not done announcing. And to everyone who has ever said, Marvel's dead, I've got superhero fatigue, I got news for you. Do you know how many people watched this damn video?
I don't. I think I'm scared
Two
to find
people.
out how many.
I hate being a Marvel goon. I literally watched these
Oh.
damn chairs for 5 hours.
275 million views over its runtime, 3.1
Wow.
million mentions across social media.
Gosh dang.
That's trumping the view records the studio previously established for Deadpool Wolverine trailer. And I think it's still up in the top 10 in YouTube right now.
So I was going to
So-
ask Rebecca if she is not on board with this because it's going to require some homework for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't watched Loki season 1 and 2, you're not going to know what's going on.
I have. Why are you?
No, I know you have, but I mean, you don't like the idea in general of the homework, right? So
Yeah, no, I don't. But I think the Marvel universe at this point, like, you are either in or out.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, but multiverse, who knows? Because at the end of, what was it, Marvels, we got a look at Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Maybe I hear the blues are calling.
Oh, my tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs.
But anyway, yeah, it's huge. This video is huge. So for everybody who says that they have superhero fatigue and Marvel is dead, sorry.
Speaking of the Marvels, hey, Rebecca,
Yeah, what's up?
guess who I conned into starting the Marvels last night?
No way. You started, didn't finish.
Well, we did half of it. It was late when we started.
And
So we're finishing it I think
Yeah.
we're finishing it this weekend.
so what
Yeah.
the girls think so far.
I love the fact that Kamala Khan started the whole thing with her fan fiction because that was an
Is it?
immediate draw. I'm just like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
But now they didn't watch the Miss Marvel series, did they?
They watched some of it sporadically because they
Oh.
they recognized the scene where Carol flew in and then threw into the closet.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So they recognized us like, well, we've seen this. I'm like, but I don't think you watched most of the rest of the series, but we can forgive that for now.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that's really the big news for this week was the Marvel reveals, and it's only.
So thanks for
partial
joining,
reveal.
everybody. See you next
Yeah.
week. No.
Good night.
Bye. Okay,
We do
now
have-
sit back. We're doing 5 hours of chair reviews.
We got more news on the way. Just quickly here, I want to remind you, of course, geekshowgotthiscovered.com. That is the link to our Patreon, where you get the after party, you get the Star Trek show early, you get all kinds of stuff. The TV show in space. I will get that, Rebecca. I will.
Hey, I'm right there with you, friend. I keep wanting to call it the old one.
Yes, TV show in space is what it's called now. And we'll have some more videos for you this week as soon as I figure out how to get them directly to Tony instead of a third party.
I'll show you.
Yeah, so
I'll show you
that's
where to put it.
Geek Show got this
Oh,
covered.
oh.
And
Speaking of cheeky, wow.
and don't forget geekshow.store where you can buy our stuff. Now I know it doesn't say clearance on the flag or the fashion doll tee, but they are on clearance when you put them in your cart.
Yep.
And I got to send for a flag because we've stopped making those. Those two items are no longer in production. All we have is what is left, and so they're on clearance. They're a lot cheaper. But we love seeing our logo out in the wild. Thank you, geekshow.store. All right, let's see. We got another Andor trailer, and I watched this one about 3 times, and I've come to the conclusion that Andor is probably my favorite Star Wars right now.
I'm telling you, it ruined everything else.
You mean it's so good that it ruined everything else?
Yeah, no, it is. That's the thing is, Andor is so good that it ruined all other Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It did not ruin Skeleton Crew.
I kind of did. Retroactively.
But April 22nd is when that premieres. The final season will unfold over 12 episodes broken down into 4 chapters of 3 episodes each.
Oh, that's how the last season was.
It will be in those segments leading up to Rogue One, which
and
again
I think Diego Luna said after you finish Andor season 2, just immediately watch Rogue One.
Rogue One. Well, it's right there on your Disney Plus app, so you can just go right to it. But this one was the first trailer that we got was, kind of a lighthearted tone, if Andor can be lighthearted. But this one was a little bit more serious. It started off with that, alarm sound, that you hear on Imperial ships, and that it's serious when that shit goes off. But we're also going to get K2SO. He's going to show up in this. Alan Tudyk. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, we got a trailer for the next Final Destination movie.
Honestly, loved it.
How many
Loved
destinations?
How many destinations can be final?
I know,
It was like
right?
the not quite final destination.
You guys, they explain it in the trailer. It's like a whole generational thing.
Yeah, I just thought that this was, death taking people. But there's a reason that death is taking this many people.
Because they are not supposed to be alive in the first place.
Exactly. Death started somewhere, it says here, but audiences first saw some students going to France to blow up on a plane. Later, we learned that the students died because of coworkers on a bridge. But why did those people die and the ones before them? Final Destination Bloodlines is going to explain why this is going on.
And why doesn't Sam Beckett save any of them?
Exactly. I always thought it was just about coincidences that aren't coincidences.
No, death has an agenda, Carrie.
But he does have an agenda, apparently. It goes back 50 or 60 years earlier. But it goes back 50 or 60 years earlier to find out that there's a group of people that were supposed to die who didn't die.
On this space needle, on this very space needle, they were supposed to die.
And because they didn't die, death is now taking...
Their descendants?
Not just the descendants, but the people who would affect these other people. It's a whole chain reaction thing. But
so
anyway.
it's the exact opposite of death takes a holiday. It's death is on a vendetta now.
Exactly. I got homework.
Death's trying to catch up on all this extra work you popped on his desk.
Exactly.
Or her desk.
But it's a great trailer, and it makes you go, ooh, every once in a while. Especially that broken glass bit. I don't know why, but it did.
Well, there's so many people, too, who are like, you're obviously not safe serve certified because as soon as you drop a glass, you're supposed to, get rid of all the ice. And I'm like, well, obviously, that's not a formal bar. That's someone's backyard.
That's someone's backyard, dummy.
So OSHA is not responsible.
Exactly. But May 16th is when that is out. And I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy those movies. I'm one of those people. Yes.
I have never seen a Final Destination movie.
Same.
They're fun.
Never seen one.
So every time people talk about being behind a truck with lumber or pipes on it, everybody's reference is Final Destination. Mine is The Descent.
Oh, okay. I could see that. All right.
Either
Mine
way,
is
still
YouTube
affected.
videos.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Final Destination movies. I'm happy that we're getting another one. Another thing that we got this week, another trailer, a new Doctor Who trailer.
Yes.
For April 12th is when that starts.
Dang, that's soon.
And this one featured Doctor Who's latest companion, who is from Andor, Varada Sethu, and Earth is in danger. It's quite the trailer. I'm not going to say much about it because I don't want to ruin it for Rob. But,
I've seen it.
Oh, you saw the trailer. Okay.
Oh, yes.
we get to see the new companion, a nurse named Belinda Chandra, whisked away with the doctor. But
Whom we've seen before.
The big thing that seems to tie all this together is something has happened to Earth. And as much as she wants to get home, it could be a problem because there might not be a home to go back to. So, yeah, this looks great. And we get an even further look at Alan Cummings' Mr. Ring-a-Ding, the cartoon character come to life. But Saturday, April 12th is when
And I'm wondering if whatever is happening, the problem with Earth ties into shortly after Ncuti Gatwa became the Doctor.
Oh.
Because there was something that happened in season 1, pretty sure it was series 1, episode 1, that I think is the catalyst for this.
Okay. But anyway, it looks interesting, and certainly watch it on your Disney Plus app, April 12th. All right.
Just a big advertisement for Disney Plus today.
I know. Well, and I've got more.
Love us,
done yet.
Disney. Love us.
I'm switching over to Peacock right now, though. I'm going to do some pitching for Peacock.
Pigeons for Peacock.
I'm not sure. When I heard about the idea of this series, I went, "Are you sure you want to do that?" This is a Friday the 13th prequel series, and they've cast as Jason's mother Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she's a good actress, yes. But do you want to do this show?
This is
Hey,
about how she ruins
we're-
his childhood and turns him into Jason, basically.
Basically,
Well, she named him
yeah.
Jason, so I mean.
Yeah,
We're
there you
also
go.
not allowed to have original ideas anymore.
I guess. But people aren't going to see original ideas in movie theaters, Rebecca.
What
Yeah,
if he changed his
I know.
name to Frank?
Yeah.
Castle.
That's original. Yeah.
But the plot details are being kept quiet, except for this is a prequel. It's a series. It'll be on Peacock. Let's see. Originally, Brian Fuller was attached to it, and of course, he left because that's what he does.
Because that's Brian Fuller for
Yeah.
you.
But he said that A24 decided to go a different way with the material. But Brad Caleb Kane, who is doing It, Welcome to Derry on HBO Max, joined the series in August and is credited as creator, writer, showrunner. So it's probably a different concept.
So another, you're questioning the origin or the prequel concept, but could this be kind of like, crap, I just had it.
Bates
Bates
Motel?
Motel for
Yeah.
Psycho.
Well, I mean, you had a good actress there playing Norman's mother. So that's what I'm saying is maybe this will work. I don't know. It's a gamble because the people who are Friday the 13th fans, they're tuning in to see, Jason in the hockey mask. Well, he didn't get
Right.
the hockey mask until what, the second or third movie?
Well, people are tuning into Star Wars to see Darth Vader and his big breathing mask. Who's going to go see The Phantom Menace?
Well, all right. One thing Linda Cardellini will not be doing is the live-action Scooby-Doo series at Netflix.
Is
Ew.
anyone involved from the movies on that?
No,
I was
we
gonna
do
say.
not
It'll
know.
never be them.
It'll never be them. The Scooby Gang, let's see, it says here, Scooby-Doo series at Netflix, Josh Applebaum, Scott Rosenberg, who are responsible for the recent Jumanji films.
I liked those. They were fun.
8-episode series, a Berlanti Productions, Greg Berlanti. And it's apparently a Scooby origin story. Now, whether the dog is animated or not, we don't know. But it
As long as
says
it's not Scrappy-Doo, I don't care.
it says here, new versions of Shaggy, Daphne, Velma, and Fred will get swept up into a life of crime solving during their final summer at camp. Old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder, together with the pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever handsome new kid Fred. They set out to solve the case.
I'm sorry. Did you just say strange but ever handsome?
That's what it
He's
said.
strange but ever handsome.
Yeah.
I have a
I get
question
described
about.
as half of that.
I have a question. Can only Shaggy understand Scooby? I've never fully understood.
No. Everybody, traditionally, I think everybody can understand Scooby.
In the cartoon, I know
the old
everybody
cartoons.
could. but I never saw the movies, so I don't know if in the movies
You've
they
never
can.
seen the James Gunn written Scooby-Doo movie?
I keep getting told that I need to, but
It's
Nope.
Carrie. It's
Mm-hmm.
good.
is it?
These movies are fun.
All right, I'll take a look at them. Sure, why not?
I mean, I saw the movie that you had with Blue Falcon and Dynamite on it.
Now I
The
saw
picture
that
you-
one. Yeah.
I've seen that
Yeah,
one.
this one,
Scoob.
Scoob. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one was fun too.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, oh my God, take me right back to being 12 years old. Like, it's so good.
Anyway, all right. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, Lee Cronin's new Mummy movie. We got a cast member, and I think that Rebecca knows this guy.
Yeah, you guys have seen this man before as the shitty boyfriend from Midsommar.
Yeah.
Jack Rayner is his name. But he is, it's this New Line Cinema, Atomic Monster and Blumhouse producing. Let's see. Of course, this is the guy who made Evil Dead Rise for New Line, and that was just terrific. Production begins next week in Ireland. It's set for April 17, 2026 release. We don't know what the plot is, but
There's gonna be a mummy.
Lee Cronin says it will be unlike any mummy movie you've ever laid eyeballs on before. I'm digging deep into the earth to raise something very ancient and frightening. Okay.
Does that mean there won't actually be a mummy in there? Because you've never seen a mummy movie without the mummy? Think about that.
Scorpion King.
Twist.
Hey, did you guys hear about the
That's pretty
pyramids
good.
and how they go much deeper than we expected?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Let me get my tinfoil hat. Hang on.
Is that National Geographic, or is that some guy in his car on YouTube?
Joke's on you. It was a woman.
Does that make it more or less credible?
I Googled it. Here, okay.
I have to do this all the
You're,
time. I have to ask people, is this some TikTok bullshit?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Oh, it
Pyramid
frustrates me to no end.
deeper than we thought?
Because it's
Question
like,
mark?
because my wife bought some vitamins for the dog, and I said, "Where did you find out about this?" Instagram, and I went, "Oh, come on."
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, the Economic Times is one of several publications.
But how?
Never heard of the Economic Times.
So how
have.
deep
Insane.
did we think
you
it was?
have.
How deep did we think it was?
Pretty deep.
And how deep is it actually?
Even
so.
more.
Very deep.
Deep Roy. Is how-
Hey, maybe you guys do your own research. I ain't got time to educate you, okay?
That's what they usually say when they
Do your own research.
do your own research.
It applies to both sides of every argument, though. So
Anyway, let's see. Also, this new Saw movie that we talked about earlier. Oh, look, you combined them. Nice, thank
wow,
you.
is
I
that
made that-
Saw and
I
Street
made-
Fighter?
Yeah, I made this morning.
Saw
You are
Fighter.
good. Saw Fighter.
Capcom Saw Fighter. Coming soon to a console near you.
Street
Well, this
Saw.
is these. Well, the next two items are about how these projects are being pushed back. The Saw movie, you know, as we reported earlier about all the turmoil and what do we do, and the guy's 81, and you know all of that. But Jigsaw's personal spokesman Billy the Puppet on social media has released this statement. I've seen the rumors. They say it's game over. You all should know me better than that. The game is never over. So they're saying, what they're saying is there's too much money to be made. We're not going to leave it on the table. We'll figure something out and get back to you.
Yep.
And the Street Fighter movie has been removed from its 2026 release just 1 month after finding its new director. So they're trying to figure that one out as well. So you won't be getting a Street Fighter movie for a bit. You will be getting a Legend of Zelda live-action movie, though.
Yeah,
we
we've talked
kinda
about a
knew
little bit
this.
this before,
Yeah.
but we
It's-
didn't have any timeline.
Yeah,
Hunter
it's-
Schafer for Zelda.
It's been bubbling under, but Wes Ball will direct.
Wes Ball.
Wes Ball helmed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember. Yep.
But Legend of Zelda, it's going to be live action. Sony distributing the film, and they're saying March 2027 is when you'll see this. That's the good news. The bad news is that Avi Arad is involved, and anything he touches usually winds up being
Such as, for example.
well,
he's
He had a
done
bunch of Marvel stuff in this.
So much stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
bunch of bad Marvel stuff. Let's see. Legend of Zelda was announced back in 2023. But now he says we've now officially started in development of the film with Nintendo itself heavily involved in the production. It will take time until its completion, but I hope you look forward to seeing it. So,
There's a little bit of fun irony that it is being put out by Sony, and it's Nintendo.
Yes.
Seeing
think
as
about that, you're right.
Yep. So
Let's see. I wish Jay were here because he would be very happy to hear that Common Side Effects got renewed for season 2.
yes, this is a good show, guys. If you're not watching it, you should give it a shot. It's quite good.
I started it out. I got, I think, 3 episodes in, and I got thinking, you know what? I really wish that this were live action.
It would be really good live action too, but when they start playing a little bit into the trips these mushrooms can put you on, the animation pays off big time.
Okay, all right.
So,
But yeah, I just got thinking that this whole story would be a compelling live action
yeah.
series. But anyway,
But then you wouldn't get such giant heads and tiny hands in tiny little hands.
As we all know, that's what Tony likes. Big heads.
That's what he likes.
hands.
Look at little hands.
Little hands.
Makes everything feel bigger.
The other bit of news we got was, this whole James Bond situation that's been going on. They finally have some people to take care of it, and their names.
Fast on this.
Amy Pascal and David Heyman are going to be behind it, and these guys have a resume. They're behind the Spider-Man and Harry Potter franchises, so they know their universes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, did you guys see Nick Frost is in negotiations to play Hagrid?
What just happened to your mic? It got super quiet.
I don't know. She was whispering,
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
barely.
Oh, it's terrible. What's going on?
All right, hey, he's in negotiations to play Hagrid and what?
The Harry Potter reboot.
Nick
Oh,
Frost?
really?
For the
Yeah.
TV show?
Yeah.
He'd be a good Hagrid. Yeah.
Oh, he would be. Yeah. I still won't watch it, but but he would be good.
He'd be a good Hagrid. Yeah.
He would be a good Hagrid. And finally, this. I swear,
Just a head shake.
David Zaslav. I swear to you,
This guy.
if I ever encounter you in person, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind, young man. Because I mean, last time we talked about him, he was pulling all the classic Looney Tunes off of Max, and
Yeah.
fighting with Ketchup Entertainment about Coyote versus Acme. Well, now he's taken things into the real world. He's tearing down Building 131. Now, Building 131 is on the Warner Brothers lot, and that is where Looney Tunes history was born. It's a nondescript building. I understand that, located the far corner of the lot off of Forest Lawn Drive. I wish that Lee were here because he's probably seen this building. He grew up in Burbank there.
It's like, yeah, I got high behind it or something.
Building 131. It's a one-level bungalow. The nickname is the Termite Terrace, and it came
That's
from
not a good name.
well, it came from the animators who worked in it. At one time, a termite infestation left many Looney Tunes cartoon short cells smeared with termite outlines.
Ooh.
But the name stuck because it suited the chaotic energy of the creating of the antics of the writers and the animators there. Served as a main hub for the Friz Freleng era Looney Tunes cartoons. The exact location where the Bugs Bunny show was originally made. Chuck Jones made his last short From Hair to Eternity there. And they're just going to tear it down. Yeah. What does it say? Not cool, Doc.
So there's
Not
Save
cool, Doc.
131, History Matters a Ton, Buildings Have Feelings Too, Not Cool Doc, and Everyone Watches Looney Tunes.
See that sign up there? This is Building 131, that little black sign? I would kill to get that.
Oh,
I would,
yeah.
I'd hang that right over there. I would hang it up. So, David Zaslav, you just made my shit list.
Just.
Again.
Actually, you've been moved to the top now.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're almost at the top. There are 3 or 4 other people above you. But you're in the top 5, buddy.
But you're
Am I still in the top 10?
You want the top 10?
I'm just saying, am I still in the top 10?
No. You're
Oh,
off
I've
the
dropped
list.
down?
You
Jeez,
fell
wow.
out. Nice.
Tune in
off
for
the
the
list.
after party where we're going to talk about Carrie's top 10 shit list.
Shit list. Half of these people you've not heard of, I can tell you that.
That makes it even better.
I know, right? What did you consume this week? What do we have?
Crackling oat bran.
I watched a lot.
Oh, okay. Did you,
Fire.
did you see some movies, Rebecca?
I saw some movies. I'm not legally obligated to talk about them, but I am going to talk about them.
Ah,
First, I'll talk about TV shows. Reacher season finale.
Oh, is the finale up? I'm behind.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, love Reacher. Oh, The Pit. If you're not watching The Pit,
mm-hmm.
fine. Get it together. I just this morning finished Adolescence, that 4-part show on Netflix.
Didn't I tell you?
It was good. I wish it did a bit more. Like it does a lot because each episode is filmed in one take, and when I say filmed in one take, like there's no hidden cuts, no like camera whips to hide an edit. They filmed each episode like 10 times.
I was gonna
And
say, how many times did you have to do that to get it right? That'd be.
they had to do it a lot, and
Yeah.
it was really good. But I do wish I had a bit more.
Well, you're going to get season 2.
Oh,
I don't know where you go
yeah,
Really?
like you
because the story
cover like
kinda,
something else.
It kind of ends. I wonder if it'll be a different family, or maybe the kid gets out of prison. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but some excellent performances across the board.
Just amazing. I was blown away by that show.
It was that third episode with the kid meeting with the therapist. That was the first thing he shot ever.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, so like that was his first time.
And there's a part where he yawns, and that's not in the script. And so the actress that he's playing off of has to respond to that. Am I
Yeah.
boring you? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But very, very good. And streaming on Apple TV, The Studio, the first 2 episodes of that are up.
Oh,
how
is it good?
So yeah, yes, created by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, stars Seth Rogen, and he plays a newly promoted studio executive who has to manage the expectations of the artists who are making the movies and the executives who are paying for those movies. And same thing. So the first episode, each scene is filmed in one take, or is a oneer at least. And but the scenes they change, so the whole episode is not one. But the second episode is, because the whole premise of the second episode is filming a oneer at golden hour, and it's so smart, you guys. If you like knowing how the sausage is made, like how movies
do.
get made, this is for people who love that. I
Oh,
was
good. I love that.
I was really worried it was going to be a show by celebrities for their celebrity friends, but it's actually a lot more than that. It is definitely like, hey, if you love movies and just movie making as a process, this show is for you. It's very smart, very stylish too. Like, it's
Rebecca?
very pretty to look at.
Did you see Rogan on The Late Show this week?
I did not.
He was talking about there's an episode that they shot with Martin Scorsese
Which is the
and
first
how
episode.
nerve-wracking that was to be like, I'm directing Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
And his whole like kind of like neurotic, just like, I'm not sure I can do this. And his mother basically had to talk him off the ledge, like, just do your job.
That's so
But-
funny. Yeah, it's the
But
very first
his-
episode.
The interview with him talking about the show and some of the things they were doing on it, as well as the Scorsese bit, was actually really. Seth Rogen is for me sometimes, but I actually enjoyed watching him explaining this and looking at how passionate he was about, the making this series and not making it what you were afraid of, celebrities making shows for their celebrity friends.
Yeah, it's extremely good. In theaters this week, Death of a Unicorn, Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega in the latest A24.
Yes.
They play a father and daughter who are on their way to his wealthy boss's home for like a weekend retreat, and on the way they hit a unicorn. And the wealthy family in question own a large pharmaceutical company, and so they try to exploit the properties of the unicorn, and of course things go terribly wrong.
Yes.
Very gory. Was a lot more gory than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not like mind blowing or anything, but it's a good time at the movies, I had fun with it. Not a very good time at the movies. A Working Man, which is the latest Jason Statham
Oh,
movie.
not good. It's fun. Oh, come on.
I'm
So
shocked that a Jason Statham movie is not good.
Hey,
He
whoa,
plays-
hey.
So he plays his typical British former military mercenary,
Yeah.
what have you.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
this time he's working as a construction foreman, and his services are called into request when his boss's daughter, Michael Pena is his boss, by the way, when his boss's daughter gets kidnapped. So we got a real Taken situation. And the movie is basically Taken, but it tries on like 8 different hats because it's
Oh,
not
I
sure
love hats.
exactly what it wants to be. So this movie, here's the thing, I want to talk about this movie so much because not only is it really bad, but it is so aggressively cliche and tropey.
It's out in theaters and it's beating Snow White right now. It's
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
but here's the thing. So it's directed by David Ayer, who did Suicide Squad, and
I'm
bunch
still
of other
waiting for his
but-
David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
I'm sure. But so this movie was co-written by David Ayer and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
fuck.
that's okay.
What?
It's making
I'm
sense. All
And
right.
so that's why, like, the whole time, it's like a pizza. It's like a cheap pizza where it's not good, but like, hey, it's pizza.
I was gonna
So-
say, there's not any such thing as bad pizza. It's still pizza.
It's still
Oh,
pizza. So like,
oh.
I still like a dumb action movie, and that's
Oh.
that's what you get. There is a lot of Spanish guitar for a movie about the Russian mob in Chicago.
We call that cultural synergy, Rebecca.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Jason Statham has to go to like 4 different club/bar places, and none of them have the same vibe. One of them is like John Wick, but make it the Westerner, right? One of them is John Wick, but make it a bar in Chicago. There's an Irish pub. There's so many different vibes happening throughout this whole movie. It does not make sense.
And let me just say this, and I think Rob will agree with me. There is such a thing as bad pizza.
I've yet to experience it.
Yeah, same. I don't
Sorry.
We have these things called taste buds, Tony.
What are those?
brutal.
Does that affect how this tastes?
Yeah. I think
Seems
you
okay
got your
so
answer
far.
right there.
Anyway, that's everything.
Is that
Yeah,
okay? What
that's
did you?
it.
How many out of stars did you give those 2 movies?
So Death of a Unicorn, I give it 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And A Working Man 2 out of 5.
2. All right.
Yeah. Like I enjoyed it, but I feel like if I was inebriated, if I was a little bit stoned, I would have enjoyed it even more.
I was gonna say,
Because
was
like
it
I
a drinking movie? Like, is there things you look out for and be like,
Yes,
take a
because-
shot now?
Yeah, because it is. I cannot undersell how tropey and cliche it is. Like there's just so many little things that happen that you're like, Sylvester Stallone wrote this because this is what he knows, you know?
Maybe
Exactly.
they did it on purpose.
Maybe it's a
they're-
comedy.
They're playing
You know
4D chess, Rebecca.
Something else that was so funny to me. So the girl that gets kidnapped, she's out partying because she and her friends graduated their like first or whatever semester of college, or right, and so they go bar hopping, and they're not even 21, right? They're young, but they have fake IDs. They are wearing the most matronly going out dresses that I've ever seen. It's insane. Like fully covered pearls, pearl necklaces. Who do you know in their 20s is wearing a pearl necklace?
That's like, all right, we're going to town. I better put on my good apron.
I better put on my full sleeve, high neck, full length dress so nobody sees my skin.
This is my going to town apron.
Yeah.
Oh my!
All right. Modest is hottest.
That's right, Carrie. You tell them.
Who's next?
I'll go. Rob, go for it.
Oh, all right, great.
All right.
Did not read anything N.K. Jemisin this week, but N.K. Jemisin, just for the record, just even though Lee's not here to taunt, but I did start A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney. It's the second book in the Nightmareverse series. It's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, where Alice is basically a monster hunter.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't remember. I think they call them dreamwalkers in this, but basically the creatures from Wonderland are appearing on Earth, and she's one of a small number of people that are actually able to fight them. And it's also one of my least favorite tropes in comics and stories. I've got superpowers, but I can't tell my parents.
Aw.
So she's
That
having
is
to sneak
frustrating.
out and
Yeah.
and save the world and be home by bedtime or sneak out after mom's asleep.
So it's like you mashed up Buffy the Vampire Slayer with a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also told it's set in Atlanta, or her story is set in Atlanta. And I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think it's more of a YA book, but it's a fun take on this. You get black girl magic, so I'm like all in for that.
Yeah.
Go girl, fight. Don't let mom find out. Mom finds out. It does not go
course.
well.
Yeah.
Mom is
I'll
ready to
tell
whoop her ass, and she realized, oh no, you fight monsters. Maybe I can't whip your ass anymore. But it's actually a fun take, and this is, I think, book 2 of what I think is a 3-part series.
Oh, okay.
Been enjoying that a lot.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see this as a TV series someday.
I would hope
Sounds
so,
Adaptable.
but I
for
mean,
sure.
we don't see dark people on TV anymore, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, not for another 4 years.
Let's see, X-Force 9 and X-Hunt Omega #1, the wrap-up of the Hunt for Charles Xavier. The X-Force book I enjoyed. The wrap-up to the series felt a little weak. I was actually disappointed. But it looks like, I can't say that because that kind of gives away part of the ending and something coming down the road in X books.
Okay.
But I will say that the build up to it, X Team versus X Team, has been interesting to see the dynamics and how after the fall of Krakoa, the X Teams have their own spheres and they don't mix well. So seeing them come together to be like, we've got to figure out where Chuck is and what's going on, has been fun, but I'm not sure that the last chapter completely paid off. Avengers 24, the time heist with Kang and the Black Cat, wraps up. The Avengers, kind of in a no-win situation, have to come up and pull a major win out. Can they do it? Good question.
Who's writing that, by the way?
Jed McKay, who's also writing he's writing, I think it's not Exceptional X-Men. It's not Uncanny. The Adjectiveless X-Men, set in Alaska.
Adjectiveless.
Yeah, there's like 3 X books. Only 2 of them have adjectives now.
I think it was called Them Thar X-Men.
The X-Men.
Denali X-Men.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Absolute Wonder Woman #6. Wonder Woman Goes to Hell, literally.
I love that cover.
That's a cool
This is lovely cover, and the story is still spot on. And we are getting more of this after issue 6, so I'm looking forward to that. And I did not bring it down with me, but Ultimate Spider-Man #15 has a very interesting take on the Sandman, and Wilson Fisk meets J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker, and they have words.
They have words.
They have words. Movies. So last week I mentioned that my kids were doing a musical, Legally Blonde Jr., and I'd never seen the movie. So Saturday night, I can now say that I've seen Legally Blonde.
And?
I have now seen Legally Blonde.
Yes.
Instant classic.
Sure. I've seen it. It had Luke Wilson in it. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't mind blowing, earth shattering, but it was an entertaining time. I do remember a number of eye rolls, but what are you going to do? Other media. Watched some Star Trek: The Next Generation for the first time in a long time, and had an episode that we watched that was like, oh, that reminds me of my mom. Aw.
Oh.
That is a lovely discussion that's coming up on the upcoming episode of TV Show in Space. So
What she said. Invincible season 2.
You're only on season 2?
Invincible season 2.
Oh man,
Yes.
you got so much good Invincible ahead of you.
And I finally got to the Alan the Alien episode.
Ah, yes.
and it was like, that's a little different. Okay. And the opening narration kind of got me. I'm just like, okay, what are we doing here? But it was fun.
Yeah.
And lastly, 2 episodes of Daredevil, episodes
baby.
5 and 6.
Oh, baby.
Oh man,
So good.
we have some things to talk about in the after party.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right, Tony.
All right. Yeah, Daredevil. Man, caught up on that this week and just outstanding stuff. Really enjoying it. Even the bank episode, which was kind of a bottle episode, still a lot of fun.
I was worried people were going to be so pissed off about that episode.
So a lot of people were actually.
Really?
They were,
Because
but remember, when you're reading a run of a comic book, they occasionally have an annual.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And that's
Yeah.
what that was.
It
was
does,
the annual.
but it does like dude, the MCU, especially now with Disney. Don't you ever forget Kevin Feige's got to get his grubby little fingers everywhere.
But it's all connected, Rebecca.
Yeah, no,
all the
I
same.
get that. But, just don't ever forget Kevin Feige exists and he's going to get his grubby hands all over it.
I thought it was a fun cameo.
I thought it was way fun. I liked
That was
it.
more
I
than a
liked the
cameo.
episode.
He's like a
Oh,
main
yeah.
character in that episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the episode was great, but I foresaw people being like, this has nothing to do with the main plot. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
They were just so you know, there were some of those.
Yep. Righteous Gemstones,
yeah.
just absurd. I feel like though they're trying to work in some dong in every episode. It seems like
Yeah.
of this season.
And
It's
that was,
okay, calm it down.
And I was reading, that was stunt dong, by the way.
That's understandable.
Lee press on dong.
That was not Goggins. That was not the Gog.
Well, that's good because I don't think there was that looked like a bunch of elbow skin just shoved together. Like it
Yeah.
didn't.
Somehow they brought in. I was reading an interview with him. They brought in this 80-year-old guy.
Okay.
And he was the stunt dog. And somehow they managed to meld the two. I mean, put his face on.
Computers, you know,
Movie
It's
magic.
computers.
I don't
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
it.
movie wiener magic. All right, so
Everything's
but,
computer. I don't get it.
But yeah, Righteous Gemstones is in its last season, and it's still absurd as ever. White Lotus, some more Goggins. That shows it's the
We
White
gotta
Lotus.
talk about
It's
White
crazy.
Lotus.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
We could,
I mean, not here.
some after party White Lotus
Some
talk.
after party.
Okay, remember.
Okay.
Brothers. The brother.
Let's see. Okay. Watched a movie that apparently I had slept on forever and didn't realize it was as great as it is. A little movie called The Nice Guys.
Oh yeah.
Are
Oh.
you for real?
Yeah, I'd never seen it. Holy cow, what a funny, great
We have been
movie.
begging. The masses have been begging for a sequel for
Oh,
years.
I could see why. It's I think it's the best Shane Black movie out there. I mean,
It's
Fun.
so
Really?
good.
yeah, it's absolutely
Tony-
fantastic.
I can send you a super yaki shirt for that.
I'm not spending $180 on a T-shirt. I mean, maybe I will. I don't
Accept
know.
the gift. Accept the gift, Tony.
Maybe if it's a really cool shirt, I will. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, really had a good time with The Nice Guys. It's one of those ones where you ever forget that Ryan Gosling can do comedy? Watch The Nice Guys.
Not.
you know?
I never forgot.
Well, some people do. So
Some of us watched The Nice Guys.
Some of us watched The Fall Guy.
yeah, The Fall Guy.
Yes.
Another really
He's
good one.
also good in that.
But yeah, highly recommend The Nice Guys if you haven't
This
seen that
T-shirt's only
already.
$40, Tony.
Yeah. For a T-shirt. Okay. Well, send it over. We'll see.
Share it with the group chat.
Caught up on Absolute Superman. I'm up to date on that one.
Oh.
What a really interesting, cool version of Superman's story. Yeah, I'm having a blast with it.
The Absolute line has actually been really solid. I mean, the first 3 out of the gate, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, have distilled the essence of the characters.
Yeah.
They've changed everything else about them.
Yep.
And they're still who you want them to be.
Well,
Yeah.
I may have to pick these up because I mean I enjoy the Ultimates in Marvel because they do the same thing. I get
Yeah.
the feeling.
I would say they'd even change him more though than the Ultimates. for sure.
Yes. I mean, the Ultimates still maintained a lot of the old framework behind
Yeah.
the characters. This one literally takes everything that you're familiar with about that character and just goes, nope, and puts them in entirely different situations.
Yeah, and I think I'm 4 issues into Absolute Batman. Same thing, like really awesome, but it is absolutely different than what you'd expect from Batman. And I feel like there's a little bit of incongruity with the character, because they talk about
In
how
Batman, yes.
yeah, they talk about how he doesn't have any money, how he's just a regular guy, but no, he's got like 840 different stashes across the city that he's built out with gadgets and everything.
But they do explain how he has that kind of access around the city.
Right, around the city, but where's the
Sewers.
money to put all the stuff in those places? And he
Because he's
he
lying
drives,
about not having money.
he drives a freaking dump truck the size of the ones they use at Kennecott, where each wheel is the size of a house. You know how much those cost?
You know,
Me?
there was one.
No, I
It was
don't.
old. It was getting put out of commission. And he's like, you know what? Can I get it for a fixer upper?
And not
I got
only
some
that,
projects I'm working on.
he had it hidden, built into a building. Like, isn't that how he gets in it? He goes down.
There's 3 words for you. 3 words, Tony. Suspension of disbelief.
Man, I tell you.
I'm sorry. 3 more words for you. It's a comic.
Then there's that.
But
yeah.
all that being said, when it happens, it's awesome. It was really cool.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
if you're enjoying these, I'd like to get your take on Absolute Flash. Number 1 is already dropped.
Okay.
Then I think either later this month or early next month, we're getting Absolute Green Lantern, and it looks like it's Joe Mullane who's the Lantern.
Oh, really?
I will check those out for sure.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. What can I say about those 2 episodes of Daredevil? I will go full spoiler in the after party, but let me just say I got to see a couple of things that I've wanted to see in the Daredevil live action. One is his Billy Club with the cable, and him swinging like Spider-Man on top of a building.
So good.
I got that. And I also got him flinging his club, having it bounce off of 2 walls, and then hitting a guy. And I went,
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
we've embraced the comic book nature of this whole thing. I'm happy boy. You know, but we'll go full spoiler on that coming up. Really enjoying. I know, you know our rule: thou shalt have no other podcast before this one. But I'm really enjoying Good Hang with Amy Poehler because, well, I've always been in love with Amy Poehler, but now I'm learning more about her, and I'm
Deeply in love.
deeply in love with Amy Poehler. And she's just bringing her friends in, and they're just talking about stuff, and I'm having a great time with it. It's quite enjoyable. And finally, some sad news, but good on you, Taylor Tomlinson. After Midnight, I've been totally enjoying that show. It's always fun. She's terrific. She is for real. She is everything about her is just wonderful. And I guess they came to her and says, "Well, we'll continue doing the show. We're not going to give you any more money or anything. You know, you're lucky to have a job," kind of an approach. And she went, "No, I don't need this.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need it."
She gets more fulfillment from doing stand-up and touring to do stand-up. So she's like, I want to do that instead.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's going to tour more, which means she'll probably come here again.
I thought she announced a Utah date already.
Did
Let me
she?
look.
Yeah, take a look. I know Fortune Femster did, and that's one that I need to get tickets because my wife loves Fortune Femster. But yeah, I just good on you, Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Watch next week's.
January 16th, 2026. She'll be in Salt Lake.
Oh, where's she playing? Please tell me it's the Eccles.
Delta Performance Hall at George Eccles. Is that what it said? George Eccles Theater.
Oh,
George
okay,
Eccles
good.
and Dolores DeRay
Such
Eccles
a good
Theater.
place. Such a good place to see any show, really. It's just a world-class theater. And Eliza Schlesinger she recorded her current special there. And it looks and sounds great. Anyway, yeah, so good on you, Taylor Tomlinson. Don't put up with any shit. Do your own thing. You can do it. I think we're good as far as the program goes. We'll head on over to the.
Wait a minute. I want to put Tony in the spot for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Games.
You bet I got those up right here. Today's the 29th. So shout out to this game that I haven't tried yet, but it looked really interesting and I'm going to. It's called Atom Fall. And it's kind of like Fallout in the UK. It's post-nuclear disaster, nuclear radiation oddities, and you run around and follow the story and make weapons and stuff. It looks good. Coming out this week, we got nothing that good, apparently.
Okay.
A bunch of games I've never heard of, so yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll head to the after party now then. And thank you all for joining us. We'll see if you want to join us at the after party. Geekshowgotthiscovered.com is the link to our Patreon. We'll see you over there or not. Live long and prosper, bitches.